Same face, same voice, same person. But say I'm a cashier in one room and I'm a CEO in another, and you're not treated like the same human being anymore. Nobody admits this happens. Everybody does it anyway. The waiter's tone changes. The stranger's eye contact changes. The way a room goes quiet, or doesn't, changes. None of it has anything to do with what you're actually capable of. It has everything to do with a 5-word title on a name tag, or a business card, or a signature line in an email. Here's what really happens to your life, your relationships, and your sense of who's actually being honest with you, at every rung of the job title ladder from the register all the way to the corner office. Stick around for the executive level, because that's where the treatment gets so good it starts working against you. At the register, you're visible and invisible at the same time. Customers glance at you just long enough to hand over a card, rarely long enough to make real eye contact. You say, "Have a good day" 40 times before lunch, and mean it maybe 4 of those times, because meaning it that many times a day isn't actually possible for anyone. Here's the psychology behind what's happening to you. People unconsciously sort strangers by perceived status in under a second. It's called thin slicing, and it's not a character flaw. It's a shortcut the brain evolved so it doesn't have to fully evaluate every stranger it meets. A uniform behind a counter reads low status by default, instantly, before a single word is exchanged. So when you say cashier, people assume temporary. They assume this is a stop, not a destination, even if you're the one who trained half the staff, even if you've been there 4 years, even if you're saving for a business of your own on the side. Most people never ask if their assumption is right. They don't need to. The uniform already answered for you. And here's the part that stings a little more. You start doing it too, without meaning to. You catch yourself being extra polite to someone in a suit, extra brisk with someone in a delivery uniform. The bias doesn't skip you just because you've lived on the other side of it. One step up, and the title barely changes team member, associate, server, but something small does. You start getting asked questions instead of just given orders. Do you know if this comes in another size instead of get me another size? It's a tiny difference. It doesn't feel like much in the moment, but it's the first evidence of a pattern that's going to repeat at every level above this one. The exact same words, said with slightly more perceived authority behind them, get treated with slightly more respect. Not because the words changed, because who's assumed to be saying them did. Move up to assistant or coordinator, and the shift becomes easier to name. People make eye contact before they ask you for something now, instead of after. You get a please more consistently. You get added to the group chat, even if nobody quite expects you to speak up in it yet. This is the halo effect doing its work. A slightly more official-sounding title makes people assume slightly more competence, with zero new evidence to back it up. The work you're doing didn't get more impressive overnight. The label attached to you did. And once people believe you're more competent, they start treating you like it, which, strangely, sometimes makes you rise to meet it. At team lead, you notice something new. People start hesitating for half a second before they disagree with you. It's barely perceptible. You might not even clock it as a pattern the first few times it happens, but it is one. This is the earliest edge of a truth that gets stronger at every level from here on. Authority doesn't just change how people speak to you, it changes what they're willing to say to you at all. You haven't asked anyone to filter themselves. They're doing it automatically, because now there's something at stake in how you react. At manager, the room genuinely changes when you walk in. People sit up straighter, not out of fear exactly, more out of instinct. The same way a classroom quiets when a teacher enters even mid-laugh. Conversations that were loose and relaxed get a little more careful. You get asked your opinion in meetings you used to just sit in quietly, taking notes. This is also where the loneliness quietly starts, and almost nobody warns you about it in advance. You're still you. Same jokes. Same person who used to complain about the same things everyone else is still complaining about. But you're not fully one of them anymore either. And you can feel the exact moment that shift happened even if you can't point to a single event that caused it. Status doesn't just open doors. It quietly closes a few too. Usually the ones that led to the easiest, most honest conversations you used to have without thinking about it. At director, people start rehearsing what they say to you before they say it. Casual hallway updates turn into prepared talking points. You stop hearing bad news first. You start hearing it filtered, softened, arriving a day or two later than it actually happened, sometimes not arriving at all until it's too big to hide. This is a real, documented pattern in organizational psychology. It's called the mum effect, the tendency to withhold negative information from people in positions of power because nobody wants to be the one who brought bad news to someone who might remember who delivered it. Studies on workplace communication consistently find this effect gets stronger, not weaker, as authority increases, which creates a strange trap. The higher your title climbs, the less accurate a picture of reality you're actually getting handed. At the exact moment your decisions start affecting more people. You're flying with worse information the higher you go, not better, even though everyone assumes the opposite. At vice president, the politeness becomes almost frictionless. Emails get answered faster. Requests get approved with fewer questions. People remember small details about your life that you don't remember telling them because someone on their team briefed them beforehand. It's easy to mistake this treatment for genuine warmth, and sometimes it is. But increasingly, it's something else. Strategic visibility. People aren't just being nice to you. They're being seen being nice to you by people who matter to their own careers. The kindness has an audience now, even when you're the only other person in the room. At executive, strangers start being polite to you before you've said a single word. Restaurants remember your name without being told twice. People laugh slightly harder at things that aren't actually that funny, and you're expected not to notice. Somewhere around this level, a strange skill develops without you asking for it. You start being able to tell who genuinely likes you and who likes what you can do for them. Some executives never fully develop that instinct. The ones who don't tend to become the loneliest people in the building, surrounded constantly, known by almost no one. At CEO, your presence changes a room simply by entering it, because to most people in it, it does. Every sentence you say carries more weight than it probably deserves. Every offhand comment gets repeated, reinterpreted, sometimes turned into policy by someone 3 departments away who heard it secondhand. Every mistake gets remembered far longer than it should, because at this level, mistakes aren't just yours anymore. They're evidence people quietly collect about whether you deserve the title at all. Here's the part almost nobody talks about honestly. This level is also the loneliest one on the entire ladder, because you're rarely sure anymore whether someone is being honest with you or just being careful around you. The cashier gets overlooked. The CEO gets managed, constantly, by almost everyone in the building, whether they realize they're doing it or not. Neither one is actually being seen for who they are. They're just being seen through 2 very different distortions of the exact same lens. The title never changed who you actually were at any point on this ladder. What it changed was how fast people decided who you were, often before they'd spent 5 real minutes finding out. That's not a flaw unique to the people around you. It's how nearly everyone is wired, cashiers and CEOs included. We just don't usually get the chance to see it clearly from both ends of the ladder at once, in the same lifetime, in the same body. If this changed how you'll treat the next cashier you meet, or the next person whose title is bigger than yours, that's really the whole point of telling it this way. Follow for the next one, same honesty, a different number.